how we pitch. So we're doing call only ads, right? So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a formula that I use to help me with my sales pitch, right? When I'm prospecting. Okay, so when I'm prospecting and I'm giving a sales pitch, I always use this formula, and it helps me make sure that I kind of covered my bases, right? You ever leave a sales meeting and you're like, what the hell just happened? Like, did I even talk about that? Did I make a formal pitch? Did I talk about the price? Did I talk about the value, right? Did I give them a reason that it's different? That's all happened to you guys, right? Give me a 2 if that's happened. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who JL is, but that's not who I'm talking about. Similar vein, though, you could say. Who's JL? JL in the chat. Who are you? JL? All right, so I'm going to give you guys this formula. Okay? And this is what I'm using on the free offer, right? So the offer is a 30-day market test, okay? So then the formula that we do is we give the retail value, okay? We're going to want to give them a reason, and then there's always going to be an ask. So for me, this comes down to RRA, right? Retail value, reason, and ask, all right? So you guys can use this when you're mapping out your pitch, okay? So how much do you guys think like a reputable, well-known agency that has results in a vertical, right? They're a good bulletproof agency, would charge to set up and run an AdWords campaign for 30 days? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. So think about it too. There's 99% of times there's going to be a setup, and then there's going to be the monthly fee. Monthly fee is typically going to be based upon spend. The more money that you spend, right, the higher the monthly fee is here. So, and then there's a minimum usually. So anybody that's worth a shit, right, running your ads should be charging a monthly fee of at least $750 a month. And guys, personally, I wouldn't take a client unless they're spending me thousands of dollars. They're spending with me thousands of dollars a month just on my fee, because otherwise it's not worth the time. Give me a 1 if that makes sense. Okay, so then setup, okay, when we do a setup, okay, usually we charge $1,000 for setup. Okay, so retail value would be $1,750. Okay, so we need to talk about this in a little bit more detail. What are we going to do in this 30-day market test? How do we make this sexy? So we're going to do a call only market test. Okay, the advantages of call only, right? I talked to you guys about, right? 33% conversion rate, right? Versus a 10%, right? Give the prospect some ideas on what that means on cost per lead. Okay, retail value, this, setup is this, monthly fee is this. What's the reason that we're doing it? Give me a 2 if you're following. I'm sorry if I'm going fast. We're about to be 2 hours in and we still got a bunch to cover. I want to make sure that I get you guys as much as I possibly can. We're going to have to call it at 5 o'clock though. So the reason that we're going to put in here. Okay, so the reason can be all kinds of things. I like to say it's a beta program. Okay, or I like to say that whenever we go into a new niche, right, we need to run our benchmark, right? Or we can say that we're opening up a new product, or it's a new division of the company. This is our first time going after roofers, right? We're opening up a new division or a new, we're just now going after roofers, right? We can say that the reason is the benchmark test, okay? And what we want to do at the end of the process is figure out how we can work together, right? So there's always got to be a reason. And at the end of the day, a lot of these things come back to just essentially saying earn your business, but giving a little bit more reasoning so that it's really believable. And I'm not trying to like pull a wool over a prospect's eyes. This should be a real fucking reason, right? But at the end of the day, what we want this to scream is that like we're going to do whatever we have to prove it to the customer and to earn their business. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. Please give me a 2 if that makes sense. I got to make sure that you guys understand this, or you guys aren't going to be able to jump on this. Okay. Then the ask. Okay. So because we're doing this and it's fucking amazing and it's going to get you amazing results, and I'm literally giving it to you for free. Yes, I know that's a spelling mistake, right? There's got to be an ask, or it feels like it's too good to be true. And a lot of people leave this out. They make an offer that's really good, but it just doesn't seem real. It seems too good to be true, right? So we need to have a reason in here. We need to have an ask. My ask is I want to deliver more content to you than anybody else in better quality, right? So that you guys are going to buy my shit in the future. So why am I running this webinar? To fucking blow you guys all away. Simple, right? But if I didn't give you guys the reason, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. You guys would leave here and go like, that seemed really good, but what the fuck? Like, why did he do that? Like, is he just full of shit? Right? But because there's an ask, it makes sense. There's a reason that I'm doing this. I'm not dumb, right? I'm going to pay it forward. Okay, so there's got to be an ask. Okay, give me some examples of an ask in the chat. What can we put here? And I want you guys thinking. I want you thinking through this process. What could an ask be? Let me know in the chat, please. All right, so water's out. Got some more coffee, though. Yes, you guys have been on my trainings. Yeah. So you could ask for a referral. And if you're going to ask for 1, right, ask for 3. Right? Guys, and the same earlier, I gave you guys that referral script to use when you're calling like supply houses and vendors, right? Don't just ask for 1. 1 is fucking weak, right? Ask for 3. Because the person that gives you 1 is probably going to give you 3 as well. You just need to ask for it. Okay? Don't be a pansy. Just freaking do it. Okay? Next up, you could ask for 3 referrals. You could ask for a review. You could ask somebody says testimonials. Right, so you say, Mr. Prospect, if this works, all that we ask, right, for you being part of this benchmark or part of this beta is that you give us 3 referrals and a testimonial. All right, awesome. Free hugs, yeah. Mr. Prospect, I will give you a virtual hug and I will grip you freaking hard. Scott Meadows, I love your personality, homie. So somebody says, a couple of people have said this, like they'll buy from us and they'll stay long term. That's kind of like a given, right? Throughout this whole thing is like, I'm making you an amazing offer because I'm not stupid, right? It's kind of the angle, right? So then when you get down here to the ask, if you just say that, it kind of feels disingenuous. Like you guys know me, so it's a little bit different. Right? This isn't your first interaction with me. But if I hit you guys up cold, you'd be like, eh. But if I said, I'm doing this in exchange for 3 referrals, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You give me a bunch of value. I like it. I dig it. I get something from it. I get a customer from it. Yeah, I'll give you 3 referrals. All right, great. So guys, this is it. So how we pitch. Who do we go after? We go after the niche that we want. And we go after people not doing call-only ads. So that's the prospects that we go after. This is our pitch right here. Ta-da. This is it. So, in a cold email, how many of you guys want a cold email for this? How many of you guys want a quick and dirty, over-the-shoulder cold email that you guys could use for this? Yes or no? If I get a ton of yeses, I'll do it. If not, we got to move on.